Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hasni Falina binti Abdul Kadir and my metric number is 281473. I will present study case 2 part A question 1, which is the purchase and cash disbursement system of Sampian and Songket Enterprise. Okay, the first one we have here is tables of entities and activities. As we can see, there are 5 entities involved and these are the list of activities of each entities involved. The next one we have here is a context diagram. This is to identify the flows of information between the system and external entities. Next we have here is logical data flow diagram or logical DFD. Logical DFD is used to describe how the data system will work, such as hardware, software, paper files, or people involved. The next one we have here is flowchart. Flowchart is used mainly for accounting and financial department. I will pass the presentation to my next member. Thank you.
Hi, right now I will explain about the strength of internal control procedure for Sampian and Songket Enterprise. Firstly is transaction authorized with the high security control. All staff are equipped with the stock and also has own login and password. The benefit is no fraud will happen in all transactions. Next is keep and update the source document of each department. All staff make many hard copy, so the benefit is it will smooth the transition between departments. And lastly is segregation of duties in purchasing. The employees have been displayed according their duties, so the benefit is it will smooth the transition and also easy to achieve department objective.
5 possible weaknesses in the Sampian and Songket Enterprise purchase and cash disbursement. Firstly, lack of safety control on company confidential data. It is because there is no proper email for the staff to request for purchase order. Also, the clerk at purchasing department only check the email instantly if it is urgent and once he receives phone calls informing about it. Secondly, lack of blank copy purchase order. There is no blank copy of the original purchase order that contains all the relevant information regarding the goods. Clerk at purchasing department only provide the copy of purchase order to the clerk at receiving department. Thirdly, lack of the technology system to record purchase order and receiving report. The clerk at SSE note down the details manually and it is such a difficulty for the clerk to prepare 4 hard copies for each receiving order manually. Fourthly, lack of physical count and inspection. The receiving clerk only inspect the receiving item by differentiate against purchase order and the packing slip. If the amount stated on both purchase order and packing slip are the same, the clerk will not run any inspection on it. Lack of segregation duties at cash disbursement. The clerk who prepared the check for payment voucher is the one who prepared the payment voucher. He also updates the general ledger and only approval signature are gained from the manager.
Thank you, Atira. I'm Nurahan, so now we're going to look at the risk exposure and internal controls. First, lack of safety controls on company confidential data. Employees may order the goods for personal use and misstate the item and quantity ordered. Company must create an official company's email and must gain approval from the higher authorities. Second, lack of blind copy purchase order. Receiving clerk will not count and inspect the products received before completing the receiving report. If there are errors during the receiving process, it might affect on the total numbers of stocks on hand. A blind copy must be handed to the receiving clerk so that they must inspect the quantity and condition of the goods that have arrived. Third, lack of technology system. Paper records take up a lot of storage space and it will be difficult to assess and monitor expenditure. Even if by using Excel or Word, is still exposed to human error. So the company must implement automation tools that will help them to eliminate many purchase order errors. Fourth, lack of physical count and inspection. Goods received are more likely to be damaged or incorrect item. Clerk must perform a quality check before approving the delivery. Last but not least, lack of segregation duties at cash disbursement. Account clerk might state a higher amount and form fraudulent company and then continue to issue payments under company's name. At cash disbursement, it is best to have several people authorizing from transfers, signing checks, recording transactions, and reconciling bank statements.
Thank you, my dear friends, for your presentation. So now I will continue with the part B with Nur Adila. So how can the conventional business nowadays convert to online business? So they are particularly in revenue cycle and expenditure cycle. Like we have a period of from March 1st until October 31st in 2020. These are the date for updated entities registered, which include the 373,213 entities were registered their business with the Companies Commission of Malaysia under the online categories. And we have 16.53 million, which include the online shopper with the portion of 50% of population and 62% of mobile users use their device for online shop. First way that can be implemented to convert the conventional business to online business is with online or mobile payment. This is because it will be made easier for the customers make the transaction with only online apps such as PayPal, Keeper Pay, Shopee Pay, and Maybank to You or other banking online transactions. This is because the shipping bill and tracking numbers will be given to the customers. Particularly under the revenue cycle, it will be separate revenue for the given companies and also the shipping companies. So it will be more easy for both companies. The possible way in order to have an online business is with implement the resource management, which it is a digital resources. We combine the resource into one output or place and assemble them easily. The customers will just have to fill in the online form to purchase their product. The online business will perform it excellently as the resource management will assign for the right task. And the most important is revenue cycle will begin as the product will be provided and received from the customers at the right time and at the right place. As we to convert the conventional business to online business, particularly under the revenue cycle, the business have to implement the web presence or website. This is because it is the main component for every single digital businesses, because it will operate 24 hours, which have a higher accessibility for the customers to purchase their product straightforward from the website. And we have to target for larger audience as the web presence has a high chance to be their own image or brand logo. So the revenue cycle will be generated effectively because the customers will purchase straightforward from the website and do the online payment. Next, Adila will continue the presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Adila binti Mat Syukri. My matrix number is 280228. The art and science of selling goods and services over the internet is known as online marketing. Finding marketing tactics that caters to the target market and translate into sale is the art, while the science is the study and measurement that required to determine the effectiveness of those strategies. Based on the newspaper, various initiatives that provided by government to help those who are affected by COVID-19, which is a digital program. This makes it easier for the people to sell their product and services over the digital platform, such as social media, newsletters, website, and other channels. E-commerce is the purchase and distribution of goods or services over the internet, as well as the conversion of money and data to complete the transaction. That is sometimes referred to as e-commerce or online commerce. Based on the newspaper, the digital program that provided by government have many benefits to the people that their income affected by COVID-19. The seller and buyer can use e-commerce for completed the online transaction or buying or selling online, for example, Shopee, Lazada, Touch and Go, e-wallet, and more various apps. So for the conclusion is, online or mobile payment, resource management, and web presence enable companies to forecast cash flow and track transaction at every stage. E-commerce and online marketing decrease fraud and the possibility of fraud. Having a system that standardizes the ordering process from when you order to who you purchase and how you pay greatly decrease the possibility of theft. That's all from me. Thank you.